AmaZulu's participation in the African Champions League means we have a catch-up fixture here in the DStv Premiership on a Tuesday afternoon at Kings Park in Durban. Welcome everyone. Usutu up against SuperSport United. These teams were to play at the weekend, but of course AmaZulu were in action at home. Across the road, in fact, at the Moses Mabhida Stadium against Big Bullets of Malawi. They lost that game rather surprisingly by a single goal. And they have yet in 4 matches to win so far this season, in stark contrast to their wonderful performance in the last campaign where they finished runners-up. In fact, it's contrasting fortunes this season for the two sides, because SuperSport United certainly look a form side. 1 win and 1 draw from their opening 2 matches. They were a little unlucky as well not to progress in the MTN8, where they lost on penalties to Lamont for Golden Arrows. Let's see what the international break has done for SuperSport. They haven't played now for the last fortnight. AmaZulu, of course, had that game on Friday, and they are desperately looking for points. Empty house as usual here at Kings Park, but lots of anticipation in both camps. Brian Martes alongside me is our expert analyst, and I suppose, Brian, AmaZulu suffering a little bit from that second season syndrome. You have a good one against expectation. The second one is always a little tougher.
It is interesting. I had a conversation with Benny McCarthy, and we were saying that they are the team to beat. They're getting special attention from various teams, so it's always going to be tough for them. But it's brought in a few players as well that needs to try and adjust. But I think this afternoon he's got the tried and tested, and he's hoping. And he says he's hoping for a good response.
Well, yeah, the lineups now. 5 changes from that defeat on Friday. Keegan Buchanan into the midfield in place of Kola Malambo. Mzava into the defense in place of Pilani Zulu. Sitebe comes back, so does Memela. And a debut up front for Tsepang Moreme. He has appeared as a substitute, but the player who was in the Glen Africa Championship with Bizana Pondo Chiefs last season gets his first full start in the top flight here for AmaZulu. Brian Mate is going to take us through the team formations once we look at SuperSport's lineup. They've made just 1 change from the side that beat Arrows. Kudamahashe is in for the injured Sipho Mbule. He has a shoulder problem. And of course, let's not forget the contribution to the SuperSport last season of Bradley Krobler, the league's leading goal scorer. Can he pick up where he left off? It's a good-looking squad they've assembled. Not too much fuss about SuperSport of late, but they could well be one of the early contenders in this DStv Premiership. Well, the man in the heart of the midfield, Makaula for AmaZulu, will lead them out first. He's taken the captain's armband away from Topero Koki. But they have plenty of leaders in the side if you look at the players come out, including Veli Motwa, of course, who captained South Africa in the COSAFA tournament. There's Benny McCarthy out with Ronman Williams and Munir Josephs, his usual energetic self.
Yeah, they're great teammates, and now part of the technical staff.
Now, this is the SuperSport lineup, second down the tunnel. They're in their change strip for today's encounter. It is a heavy-looking pitch to an extent. Brian, you were down on pitch side, had a little bit of a walk around. What do you make of playing conditions today?
I think the perfect condition. I think quality pitch where it requires some good passing game. Both teams play more high-tempo game that's best suited for Benny's style. He's more attack-minded. SuperSport will certainly enjoy it. You're looking at the likes of Mukwena. They'll certainly enjoy it. It will allow for good pacey type of football. And you can tell from what he's saying now, just keep on playing, knock it around. The pitch, the condition allows for that.
Well, voted coach of the season after the last campaign. He arrived at AmaZulu in December. They were down near the relegation standings, and he's taken them to runners-up place. Right, Brian, cue you and the formations.
I think it's a very experienced defense there with Mzava, Muleko, the very experienced defense, solid in midfield with Makaula pulling the strings. Itebe will then have the luxury to join in with Moremu and Tembu, who Benny McCann spoke highly of in terms of his appetite during training. And as we look at SuperSport, there are a few faces who are not there in that particular team, Mark.
Mbule, the obvious one that you will be missing here.
And it is Mbule who's not part of the team, but Don covers for Mokoena, who already has scored a goal. Itlokwe gives that experience in that defense. Grobler, there is no Gabuza who gets to be on the bench, but Reynolds will be partnering him.
SuperSport in the white. They are kicking us off and almost immediately looking for Mahashi and Grobler down this left-hand side. There was supposed to be one other catch-up game from the weekend because Maruma Gallants were or are in Equatorial Guinea. They played there on Saturday, lost in the Confederation Cup by 2-1. They were supposed to play Cape Town City tomorrow, but that game is being postponed because Maruma Gallants are only arriving back in the country tomorrow, and then they're playing the second leg on Friday, so there's not much time for them to get themselves ready. Jesse Don with the clearance there. Referee stops play. He wants the treatment on very quickly. Looks as if Buchanan's got a bit of a knock, and Hlapo comes across to apologize.
Can only hope it's not so serious, because remember he was out for a very long time when he was still at Mary's back because of injury.
This is Jesse Don with the sliding challenge in the midfield. Now looking for Kalinga up front there, and he goes up for the challenge. The heading department is perhaps not his strong point, but he was in between two defenders there and giving it a bit of a go. Still looking for their first league goal of the season.
It does well. That should be something they should be worried about. Bashera.
Here's Malepe. Battling with Weber, gets it forward. Now let's see the pace of this young man. They're waiting in the middle for the opportunities. Mureme still. Kalinga lays it back. Makala with a shot, and well off target. But that was promising down that left-hand side for AmaZulu.
Well, it was because of the pace as well. It's part of the game plan to attack pockets of spaces, and they did that very fluid. Good run that he made. And then almost lost it, regained possession, quick thinking there, and well set up by Kalinga.
And Hlapo slips. This might be a chance for Tembu. He slips as well, and it's missed. But the whistle looked as if it had sounded before that effort from Kalinga. His blushes might well have been spared. Horrible error at the back, and AmaZulu do not punish it. It looked a little bit like a comedy of errors. It was two slips and a miss.
But it's also about the decision making, because he tends to think with the ball on his feet as opposed to anticipating situations. Here, you don't need an extra touch. And you can tell he wasn't looking up. He doesn't even see where the keeper is. He's looking at the ball. He hasn't made up his mind. He needed extra time, and there is no time when you get that ball in the box. You just have to plug the ball.
I'll tell you what happened there. The whistle did sound as he was taking that shot, because Mtembu handled it on the ground as he fell. So had it gone in the back of the net, it wouldn't have counted, but it's still an embarrassing miss. Mtembu with a turn here. Comes off Fleer. Kalinga with a shot. And did Williams have to save that? Corner has been given. So out of nothing, suddenly AmaZulu conjure up a good opportunity. This was a mix-up at the back with Pitlokwe and Bashera, and a fell for Mtembu.
Good save. Close range, good power on it.
This might be a chance at the other end. Kalinga, it's a good challenge. The experience of Bashera to the rescue for AmaZulu. Makaula, Buchanan, is he going to fire? He does. Blocked by Nhlapho. Falls for Grobler. Rangers was on the run. Very quickly blocked. Well, when you talk about the players coming forward, you sound like a defender who often went forward for a set piece and then got frustrated when the ball didn't arrive.
It is so frustrating because you get irritated because you make that effort to run straight into that box and you really position yourself.
So in your career, who was the worst at not supplying when you'd come forward?
They were Hawaz.
Malloy.
They were Hawaz. You take that thing and then he plays because he believes he can kill the ball. And you already then place it that high. Becomes a problem. Shakes Kwabene was one of those.
They both owe you a few beers.
It's a bit frustrating. Imagine John Salter going forward, and then he wants to get, and you know that's his strength. Imagine Rodney Charles coming forward, big Jimmy Jubert, and then you don't for him. Lucas Hade, they go forward, and then you don't deliver. You just play that high, and they have to run back.
No, you can understand that irritation. There is the earlier chance now for AmaZulu. This ball inside here. Look at the experience of Bashera. With Kalinga, who's dangerous, of course. Well, Mahashi's back on now, so they're back to the full complement of 10. But here is, 11 rather. He has a chance. Cross the face of goal. Hit by Moremi. And Williams... I think was confident enough that that was going wide, didn't venture getting a touch onto it.
The positive is that they seem to have found an opening on the left-hand side. And perhaps here the negative would be an extra touch. Would have been better, but he plays it across face of the goal. He looks up, doesn't get it on target.
Malepa does well now, and he likes to drive forward. Leaves it here for Sitebe on the edge of the area. Kalinga needed a little touch in there from Tembu. Now Bashera down the line. The chase is on. Remember, Raiders has got pace, and he gets goal side shot for Raiders. Good save, Motwa. The follow-up from Grobler. Well, Mzama to the rescue, determined that he was going to make up for the fact that Raiders outstripped him.
Good pass, good run. Nothing wrong with that attempt by Raiders. He's got the pace, the positioning was good. Maybe not the best technique to try and beat the keeper, but he got into a good area, protected the ball quite well.
I think it's the passing AmaZulu in their own half that'll wind down the clock and take us towards half-time. Not going to risk losing possession before the break. Mr. Zanzeka looks at his watch. And that's it, right on cue. So, few chances, a couple of slips in defence that AmaZulu might well have pounced on. Kalinga did have one effort, although his best chance would probably not have counted because although he missed from close range, it looked like Mtembu handled in the build-up. But we need more scoring opportunities in this game, Brian Mate.
You're right to say AmaZulu perhaps better in terms of attacking on that left-hand side, but SuperSport would have perhaps felt that they could have stolen it based on that one-on-one situation with the striker.
Well, our cameras inside the tunnel. The two change rooms on opposite ends. AmaZulu head towards theirs. SuperSport into their change room. And hopefully both coaches will be concocting plans to give us a bit of a goal feast in the second half. This is a real tactical, cagey affair, and it's no surprise at half-time, 0-0. We welcome you back after the stoppage. Thando and Zanzeka getting the teams ready. You can see Tamsanga Gabuza standing by to come on as the first change in today's game. A little change in tactic here from SuperSport United, as Brian Mate was predicting in the first half. And Gabuza will replace Mahashi, who is out wide on the right-hand side, but fairly little impact from him in the first half. So this will change the dynamic a little bit, Brian, and it will give SuperSport a few more options.
Well, it certainly will, because now you have a point of reference. There's free movement for Reiners. There's Bradley Grobler. So there will be variations. So it's no longer about good passes in the midfield. You can always bypass the midfield and find Tamsanga Gabuza. Bradley Grobler can feed from him.
So second half belatedly underway. The lights are now at full capacity. We can all see what's going on. And what was a fairly brief delay is now over. The teams were given a bit of a chance to have a bit of a warm-up as well before they got the second half underway. Not sure it's going to work to anyone's advantage. Players might have enjoyed a little bit of the extra rest, but I suppose when you're used to the routine of the 15-minute half-time break, it might throw you out a little. Now here's Sitebe. Referee having a look. No decision in favour, and now a yellow card is out, and AmaZulu will have a set-piece opportunity. And Ditlokwe puts his hand up as if to say, guilty as charged, my lord.
And then you ask, did you have to do that? Was there any danger? The answer is no. If that what you've done is to put your team under pressure, didn't even have to commit the slide tackle.
Mr. Zanzeka likes to keep the play going. Here again, Sitebe down, and the referee on this occasion, well, was he playing advantage? Give him a chance first to make the call.
Yeah, is he reaching out to the cut? Yes, now he is. Someone is going to see
It's
yellow.
Fleers who's going to get the yellow. But they were very quickly up to moan at the referee, but to be fair to Mr. Zanzeka, he was trying to play advantage there. Now SuperSport are the aggrieved party. They don't feel that was a yellow. There's a few words now between the benches as well, which is often the case when Benny McCarthy is on the sidelines.
Don't we love the sideshows? We do, because it's an emotional game. These are a striker and a defender. The other one was hardcore, Kaitara Tembo. And here's a goal scorer of note. Always in the 18 area.
It's still going on.
Yeah.
But we have that conversation. You've lost every last second of respect that I had for you.
Compelling action going here in this DStv Premiership encounter. Lovely little ball back from Gabuza, looking for Grobler. Equally good challenge in defence from Makaula.
The players got the tone. A bit more aggressive now. There's more energy. That side shows perhaps not a lot of things that we had, but hey, it just shows that this is an emotional game. There's a lot at stake here. You have a team that's not doing so well in AmaZulu. You have a SuperSport that are starting to believe they've managed to score 3 goals.
So Weber delivers the header from Grobler, the save from Motwa, one-handed as well.
Great save. Good delivery as well. Good header from Bradley Grobler.
The header down, textbook stuff into the ground.
And it's always difficult for keepers, but good reflexes there.
I wonder if Krobler might have handled this on the way down, or he headed onto his hand.
But it's not anything deliberate or intentional from Bradley Krobler. Good goalkeeping, good reflexes there. Tempers are playing once more. Are we going to see the booking? Because Benny is, and Caetano, Benny is not happy at all. He feels they are being targeted. He is not happy.
No, the referee is going across, get away from all of the coaches and all of the noise.
And he's not going to do anything about it. He's just going to allow play.
Oh, red card for Tertius Malepe. Red card for the AmaZulu man. They'll be down to 10 for the final 20 minutes or so. Now, that's the little twist and turn that could well change this game in favour of the visitors. Tertius Malepe sent off. Straight red as well.
Yeah.
And he will miss, he can go to Malawi and play the weekend. This red card will have no impact on that, but he will miss the next two league matches against Golden Arrows and Baroka. Ooh,
yeah.
Got him.
That's reckless. Starts out right on the Achilles tendon. That's a raid. I agree with the referee. That's a raid. That's a good decision.
5 minutes to go here in the DStv Premiership clash. This is a catch-up game from the weekend with AmaZulu, of course, involved in the African Champions League. They'll be playing this weekend in Malawi. They'll have another catch-up game next Wednesday against Golden Arrows. Quick turnaround for them. They'll be flying to Malawi on Thursday, playing on Saturday, coming back on Sunday, and then have to get ready for the local derby next Wednesday. That'll be live on your World of Champions, by the way. There's two matches next Wednesday here in KwaZulu-Natal. Chance there! Oh, that should have been the result for SuperSport. And it's Reyners who bangs his fist into the ground in frustration.
No doubt about the delivery. Pinpoint from Sapo.
Offside.
Was it offside? I think there was a touch of offside there.
But that is offside. Right in front of goal.
Yeah.
Strong header at the back, but Fleers, while he's, remember, on a yellow, and maybe the referee might want to have a little chat to him. First, he's going to check about Mamela, and then I think Fleers might be in a bit of trouble here. Yes, he is in trouble. That is a yellow, followed by the red. There's the yellow. And of course, Fleers has been booked. Mr. Zanzeka realizes that now, and off goes Luke Fleers. So it is red card apiece. Unnecessary challenge, it's got to be said, Brian Mate, for a man on a yellow.
Maturity, immature in this situation, because there are certain challenges that I don't think you need to go for, knowing that you are being under danger. So there was no need for that. And quickly, they're about to make a change. SuperSport.
Let's just confirm Fleers' two yellows. This was the challenge on Sitebe.
I mean, look at that. He also had an elbow that was out.
And he caught him in the buttocks.
Watch this.
And then just over Mamela, yeah, also unnecessary. Chance here for SuperSport at the deck. Excellent defensive work on the skipper.
And he got it right, because that area where he had to commit his slide tackle, he got it right. Game over.
That is the final whistle from Tando Zanzeka. So it has ended goalless. AmaZulu down to 10 And then SuperSport United having Luke Fleers sent off. And, well, we'll need Joseph's perhaps looking to play peacemaker, but Benny McCarthy will have none of it whatsoever. He remains unbeaten against Caetano Tembo. 9 matches, 5 draws and 4 wins in his this coaching rivalry. But Brian Mate, 0-0.
Yeah, I think when you look at it, SuperSport will say maybe they had one chance to steal it with Reynolds' chance in the first half, but overall no clear-cut chances on both sides. If you are SuperSport playing away from home, maybe a point away because they haven't lost, it will be okay. But for AmaZulu, I guess they'll worry about maybe the brand of football that they played. Not the best according to what we got to be spoiled with last season, but overall, not the best performance from both teams. SuperSport will be much more happier with a point away from home.
Butle Mkwenazi, a big smile on his face. He had just a couple of seconds on the pitch, but will have enjoyed a return here to the top flight. Mokoena and Motwa national team teammates in discussion. And I think both sides unsatisfied or dissatisfied with the final spoils here. 0-0, 1 point apiece, no goals. AmaZulu still now near the bottom.